What exactly is your organization and what are the core functions of your organization?
My organization was set up in 2008 as a specialized microinsurance subsidiary of the Star Insurance Group, which is made up of Star Life and Star Insurance Company Limited. Our duty is to design products, microinsurance products, look for distribution channels, and do the back office administration of these products, and then the two star companies come into underwrite, depending on the line of business.
So your microinsurance is both for the formal sector, informal sector, urban areas and rural areas, and it is for everybody who is interested in a microinsurance product. Supposing if a rich person also wants to go for a microinsurance, even they are covered, or do you have any target group for doing your microinsurance?
I would say microinsurance is just an alternative way of distribution of my insurance product. Microinsurance is made very simple, the premiums very cheap, affordable, so that the informal person in the rural sector can afford to have an insurance product, and at the same time, someone like you who is interested in buying that product can still afford to buy it.
Does it mean that when you are dealing with this informal sector and rural areas, which probably will have very dispersed population, how do you go about? You partner with some local agents, or everything is managed and done by you, your organization, your staff, or you have any established partnerships with the rural people in the rural areas?
The cost of microinsurance products is pretty high in terms of administration, and so it's very important.
Like microfinance.
So it's very important you get very good distribution channels, channels that can give you access to these people easily to minimize your cost, or else you end up spending so much money. So we've had a number of collaborations. We do collaborate with Ghana Post. So we go Ghana Post, the post offices.
Oh yeah.
So we have a present collaboration with them. You go enter into a post office and you find our product there. You can access it, you can buy it, you can pay for the premium right at the post office. We also collaborate with the rural banks. So some
rural banks?
Rural banks.
I see.
You can work, and these rural banks are located all over the country, just as the post offices. So it makes it very accessible, and it's right in the middle of the people. So
are these rural banks private, commercial rural banks, or are they government-owned?
They are community rural banks. They are owned by the community.
Okay. I know in India we have a similar system of self-help groups.
Yes.
A self-help group is nothing but a savings and credit group. It's an informal group, community-owned and managed group. Okay, do you also partner with any microfinance institution?
Yes, we do. We have collaboration with the Ghana Association of Microfinance Companies.
I see.
And also that gives us a huge access to the microfinance companies, because Ghana is made up of about 24 million people. Our microfinance is not what you'd find in India, where they are huge. And so going to them individually is really expensive. So through the association, we're able to access these people quickly and in huge number.
You find it, when you are talking about the formal sector and informal sector, you find any difference in dealing with the rural areas and the urban areas? How do poor respond to your products? Is it much easier to sell your product in the urban areas or in the rural areas? How do they respond to your efforts? I
think insurance in general is a very difficult thing to sell, whether to an educated person or not educated person, because it's an intangible good you are selling. I always tell people that if you're able to sell insurance, you can sell so many things, because just convincing someone to pay premiums for something he cannot see now is quite difficult. In microfinance, as you know, it's more a demand-driven thing. People know what they're coming for the loan for. But here, you need to give me money, and then when something happens, I'll pay you. What if the thing never happens? And so when you're dealing with an informal person who hasn't got any form of education and is an illiterate, it's really, really difficult to sell this to them. Although they really need it and they know it's something that will occur, that is not where their priority is. Their priority is more into what they need now today. And so I must say it's a very difficult thing to sell. And when you go into the urban, it's the same thing. Ghana is made up of about 75-80% illiteracy. So we have a huge challenge there. And so for us in Ghana, it doesn't really matter whether the person is in the urban area or the rural area. It's the same thing you would encounter throughout. Yes, and insurance in Ghana has about 3% penetration, and so it's pretty low.
Say, for example, in my country, anybody who is above 50 years, almost 60-70% of them suffer either from hypertension or from diabetes or from both. So do you have any restrictive policy, or it is insurance is provided to
Microinsurance is supposed to be suave. When I say that, it means it has to be simple, accessible, understandable, valuable, and efficient. And so exclusions are very limited, extremely limited. I cannot tell an informer, an illiterate person that because you have diabetes at the age of 40, I cannot give you a microinsurance product.
You cannot give?
I can't do that, because how often do they go to the hospital? It's even going to cost me more to take them to the hospital to check whether they have diabetes than they just taking the policy and paying, because this about the policy is so small, the premiums are so little, and the cost of doing all these is too expensive. So with most of the microinsurance products, the exclusions, there are no exclusions. It's very open. However, there are age exclusions.
Age restrictions, yes, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, because I cannot insure a man who is 90 years old. So there are limits.
So do you have any health insurance education, literacy, promoting the product? How do you go about, financial literacy, how do you go about and promote the insurance product? Is it necessary?
It is.
If it is necessary, then how do you do it? Do you do it, or you have any agents for that? You have any partnerships for doing that?
Literacy is the most important thing, and we do it in so many ways. We do debors, we do posters, we do brochures, works.
Say again?
Teamworks, where we go into the community and then we try and educate the people. Anything that would help us take literacy out there, we do it. Because if we don't do that, then we cannot sell our insurance product.
You mean to say part of your profits go in providing the financial literacy?
Yes,
and that financial literacy you provide is related to the insurance part, or you also have any other aspects of financial products, like encouraging them to save, encouraging them to avail loans? That aspect is? We
do. In some of the communities, we partner with the rural banks, and so when we go as a team. And whilst we are doing insurance, they are doing savings, and so it's a partnership. We do a lot of these partnerships.